earlier today, I called my boy Evan because we have a special guest over here, and we had to sort of talk through the show before we got into it. And like right as our conversation started, I hope you heard yourself. Someone walks up to him, and I think there's children with him, and he goes, "Hey, hold on one second. Hey, oh, don't touch the car. Don't touch the car. Don't touch the car."
My dog.
Oh, your dog.
My dog. You thought it was my child?
I was hoping you. No, I thought you were telling someone else's children not to touch your car.
Damn. Yeah, I would do that too, though. I got some. Nice
I know,
cars.
especially with the new wrap.
Yeah, the last thing you want is like sticky, grimy children fingers on cars. Yeah.
I know you failed and got the matte black.
Matte black, yeah.
You got it wrapped in matte black?
Matte black, yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty sick.
sweet.
Yeah, no, it's pretty dope.
I like that blue though.
Yeah, but I feel
Probably
like
not a good thing to tell you right after I
no,
found out
I know,
you got
right?
it wrapped.
But I feel like everywhere I went, I saw a Bronco and it would be that blue.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna what I haven't seen the wrapped all matte black.
You know, that was Porsche's color of the year in 2022. They called it chalk.
That blue.
That weird bluish, greenish.
They also had the
grayish.
space gray, which was a bit bluish.
Yeah.
Isn't that Apple?
What?
Apple did space gray. I don't think it's a car thing.
I'm pretty sure.
Or like a cactus gray? No, that's way off.
Let's get into the show.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Manly Things,
Más o menos.
podcast where we're talking men's fashion. My name is Evan Simonich, celebrity menswear stylist. Sally John over here.
I have to pull up my list
Your
of
job
careers that I did while driving over here. Today, my name is Sally John, and I am working on the next edible arrangements competitor. But instead of fruit, it's edibles.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Thank you.
And we got to my left Jimmy Tatro,
Hey, I'm Jimmy Tatro.
actor.
Yep.
Extraordinaire. Longtime client of mine. Really good, loyal dude. Appreciate all your work.
Yeah. Loyal. This might be a bad time to let you know. Oh man, wanted to wait till we were on the podcast.
Yeah, good. We had a fitting just now, and yeah.
How long? Wanted to wait till we were on
It didn't
camera.
go well. It didn't go well, and I guess that's it.
How long have you actually worked together?
That's a good question.
I want to say like 2019.
Was there a specific origin story, or did you just like bump
honestly,
shoulders?
I was trying to get him as a client for a long time. My agent went to the University of Arizona, where you went. Her name is Lily Blaustein.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And and she's like, "Oh, I know Jimmy. I'll get him. We'll definitely get him as a client." And I was like, "Okay." And then like years went by, and I was like, "Hey, what about that Jimmy Tatro thing?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And then like I think it actually happened.
Do you remember what was the first thing we did together?
Kimmel. I think you had an appearance on Kimmel promoting like the show. I think you had a new season of Real Bros.
Real Bros of Simi Valley,
Yeah.
season 2 or 3.
Yeah. And it was your first appearance on Kimmel.
Yeah. My only appearance on Kimmel.
My
I like that
apologies.
suit though. That was a nice suit.
So we have an image of. We'll get to that because I do have an image of that look. But yeah, he's been a great client of mine. Did you what was your like previous? Can you talk about like your previous relationship with a stylist that like that you obviously liked or didn't like? What's different from how you worked with them versus
I had
me?
like a couple of female stylists. I don't really remember. I honestly don't remember who they were.
Were you just set up with them from your like
Yeah,
agency
I
or
just like
manager?
got set up through like my agent or my manager or something.
Did you have to interview them, or was it just?
No, it was just like, here's some photos. And this is something you're supposed to do when you go to like a red carpet event. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Was it around the time of Real Bros of Simi Valley that you started getting
No,
dressed?
it was, I think the first time I did it was, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Really?
Maybe for,
I was going to say, so hold on. Shout out Real Bros of Simi Valley. Also, shout out me for being one of your OG fans on Vine. Dead ass.
wow.
You're
Love
welcome,
that.
dude.
Love that. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think it maybe like American Vandal in like maybe 2016.
Oh yeah.
Also, a
That's
fantastic show. You did great.
Well,
Thank you.
because you were nominated for an Independent Spirit Award. That's where I was like, yo, we need
Critics' Choice.
Critics' Choice was. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is where like I need to work with him, and like you were starting to get like a following.
You're like, I saw what he was wearing. I was like, he needs a stylist.
No, it's never like that. But it's more like because I'm a fan of your work and that whole thing. Yeah, and I like you went to U of A. You seemed like a party dude and a guy, so I was like, yeah.
I dabble.
But no, we did the fitting today for your upcoming movie on Amazon. You're Cordially Invited.
Yeah,
with Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell. Which
Speaking of
looks
fitting,
funny.
I don't want to bust the. I don't. You're name dropping Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon. Yeah. But speaking of fitting, we got to talk about what we're wearing today. And let's go. True. 1, 2, 3. Fit check.
I'm gonna go first. I'm wearing a Margiela cardigan with the Rowan t-shirt, double RL pants, and I'm a big Ariel Helwani MMA fan, and he had Action Bronson on his podcast this week. And these are the Bam Bam Baklavas, New Balance, his collaboration with them. I absolutely love Action Bronson. We talked about Future being my alter ego. Action Bronson also another close second.
A combo of the two?
What? Oh, and Future Action Bronson? Yeah.
Mine was Chief Keef.
Yeah.
Yours?
Mine, honestly, I would say Burna Boy.
Yo!
Yeah. I love Burna Boy.
That is worldwide.
I wish I was Burna Boy.
What are you wearing?
I said Margiela.
Oh, shit.
Rowan,
you already said it. Sorry, I was
no, go ahead.
What do you got? Actually care what you're wearing.
You got the leather vest on. Yeah.
Well, I'll start at the bottom. For the kicks, I'm wearing my square-toed Guidi back zips. I just did a fit check on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok at Sally John. Then I have my Yoji Yamamoto tapered leg brown twill pants. Reposition. This tank top is from Target. This is from Amazon. It's Levi's. This is the standout. This is from Rick Owens. I stole it from somebody. Don't tell them. And then my hat is Cherry Los Angeles. We love that shit.
I dig it. You are dressing more like yourself.
I know.
From the last episode, yeah.
I haven't been able to leave the house without. There's a camera, and the door doesn't unlock unless I look unlike you. So I got away with the denim because of the vest.
The vest that covered it.
I'm really fortunate tonight because I almost walked out shirtless.
Jimmy, what do you got on today?
I got, this is I think a rag and bone long sleeve.
Buttery.
I don't know what these pants are, but I like them.
The black corduroy
pants, and then I just stick with Vans,
Vans.
And then the hat is Dunk Surf, the clothing line from the Real Bros of Simi Valley, which we turned into a real clothing line.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and everything is pretty much. I'm just like this hat is just like the hat I wanted to wear.
Yeah.
So
it matches with everything. So
thank you. Good. And then we have a couple truckers and sweatsuits. We pretty much only make things that I want to wear.
Wait, it's yours?
It's your cool.
This is your brand?
Yeah.
That's sick. When did you start it?
We started it, so during season 2, all the characters, we started Instagram accounts for all the characters. And so the show came out weekly.
I missed that.
We would post from each character's account as if the show was real life. So like, they're getting married in episode 10. So like after episode 9, we'd like post, getting ready for the wedding photos, or like they're in Cabo, they'd be posting like drunk stories from the club.
Great.
That we would all capture beforehand, like while we were filming, and then like create this whole schedule. But in season 2, they launched a clothing line called Dunk Surf, because the character's name is Duncan Surf. And so when they launched their clothing line in episode 9, we also launched dunksurf.com.
Word.
No way.
And then during season 3, we'd like, they'd be dropping this tie-dye shirt. So then when that actually happened, we would actually drop the tie-dye shirt.
No shit. That's
so
cool.
we kind of did that. And then in the movie that came out this year, they're like making sweatsuits. So then like a month after the movie, we actually dropped the sweatsuits.
TV and film has been getting pretty meta with like the character, the personification of the characters, and like they're making them into reality kind of. And I think it's
they
a
all
great
saw Real Bros and they were like, "That's a good idea. We should do that."
Yeah, facts. Wait, before we move on,
go ahead.
Can we do a watch check, because our watches
our watch game is on
insane.
Point, right? Yeah, you got
I'm loving that thing.
The Cartier, it's beautiful.
The Cartier Santos.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's real nice. This is the Rolex Datejust.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got the Rolex GMT too.
that you keep talking about because you won't take it off.
You brought it up.
You
Okay,
had to flex on me.
we like I was saying about your movie. Like obviously a comedy with the cast that it's got going on. I feel like, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like comedy right now as like a film genre, I don't know, it's like a tough. Not a lot of great, I guess, comedies have been coming out over the recent years. Do you have I don't know, maybe a reason for that or anything that you can think of that for?
Well,
why?
you said something on the phone. When do you think the last good comedy came out?
Well, I immediately went to like I Love You Man. Like I think with like all those lines that from that movie between Paul Rudd and Jason Segel like are so good. Like that quotable comedy, and like you think of, like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, all those like old Adam Sandler movies.
Well, there was like, This Is the End was
Mm.
like one of the, I think like the genre you're talking about, which is like, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Anchorman, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, like all those like classic comedies, like the big studio comedies have kind of ceased to exist.
Mhm.
The most recent comedy that I loved was The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Dude, yeah, that was
With
fantastic.
the Nick Cage movie where he plays Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal plays like a Nick Cage super fan who pays him like $1 million to like come hang out with him for the weekend.
Okay.
I thought that was just it was hilarious. But I think in general there's just like this kind of weird thing going on where like a movie is either under $5 million or like $150 million.
Okay.
And they kind of stopped making the in-between movies. So there's like this no man's land, which is what those studio comedies were, which were like, the $30 million studio movies, that they just aren't really making anymore. I don't really have an explanation because I'm like somewhat frustrated about it. And I think I can provide a lot of reasons why they should do it.
Yeah.
But I do think the appetite is back, and I'm optimistic that they're going to start to make a comeback. It's just I think they might be going to streamers a lot more, which is fine. I think it's fine for big studio comedies to go to streamers.
I think what you said is very relevant, especially in the last 10 years with action and superhero movies coming up, because those are the ones that are killing the money and making so much profit that they had to create the space and the budget to continually push out these massive superhero films, and thus leaving like independent filmmakers or even smaller filmmakers with almost nothing.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I guess what makes sense in my head is like, instead of making one $200 million movie, like just make 10, $20 million movies.
True.
And then wouldn't it technically be the same like chance of success? Like if one of them blows up and does way better than, it's like lower risk for a bunch more things. I like the idea of that more than I like the idea of just doing one big, massive superhero movie.
Yeah.
But I think what's interesting about like these, like the hard R comedies that we're like kind of not seeing is it used to be like the edginess of them that was earning the R. And now what's kind of taken the place of that is violence. Like,
oh, that's a good point.
You see a lot of these like hard R comedies, which I loved Cocaine Bear, but like Cocaine Bear, hard R because of like it's gory, like violent. I did a movie called Stuber that was like, it was super violent. Like they had like gore in it that made it like, it earned that R. And that's kind of like, I feel like the shock factor in these comedy movies is kind of like, it's been violence lately. And
because wording and opinion isn't necessarily politically correct anymore. So the next best thing is
gore.
Gutting somebody.
Yeah. So there's like, I feel like there's a lot of comedies right now that are like, they're just very violent. And like all the examples I'm giving are things that I like Barry,
Oh,
yeah.
Barry,
Barry,
like I feel like they were one of the first people to do like a high stakes, not the first people to do it, but like in recent years, they kind of established this high stakes comedy that made every buyer start asking, what are the stakes? What are the stakes? What are the stakes? Bigger stakes. We need more stakes. It's like, comedy doesn't need to be life and death. Like Barry's amazing, but not everything needs to be like life and death stakes in comedy. Like what's another comedy show I liked? Peacemaker. I thought Peacemaker was great. Very, very violent.
Yeah.
Also superheroes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, I'm hoping that this movie, you know, the Will Ferrell Reese movie that I'm in, that's coming out January 30th.
Nice plug.
I think it's the kind of movie that people want to see that they're not really making that much anymore. And it's the director who did Neighbors, who did Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So
Right.
it has all the ingredients. And I'm excited to just be a part of something that like I'm happy is kind of making a push again.
In my opinion, the last good comedy was Gone with the Wind.
Okay.
Let's start talking about clothes, because
Fashion.
we're hosting a fashion and men's lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're still working on the pitch, the elevator pitch.
Mhm, mhm.
But I think one of the main questions that I'm wondering is, when you dress on a daily basis, when Evan is not involved, are you dressing to impress or to be comfortable?
I am, for the most part, wearing sweat shorts. Is it sweat shorts? Is that what you call them?
Yes, absolutely.
Like sweatpants, but shorts?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sweat
You cut them yourself?
Yeah. No.
Good question.
I buy them pre-cut.
Love that.
Sweat shorts, t-shirt, hoodie, hat, fuzzy Birkenstocks.
Hey now, okay.
Is that
the
like your
shearling?
your dream outfit, like on like a daily, or like
That is just, it's what I wear every day. I don't know if I would say it's my dream outfit because it's more of a reality.
Ooh, that's a good one. Your death row fit.
yeah,
That's a great
rather than like
question.
the meal.
Yeah.
What
are
would
you gonna
what
wear?
would you wear your last day on
I
Earth?
don't know. That's
What do you want to wear?
Oh, see,
That's
that's
all right.
different. If it's my last day on earth, I'd want to wear something with a little more pizzazz. I'd want to go comfy, but also a little more splashy.
You want like people to remember those
Yeah,
outfits. Like Jimmy went
one
out
of those,
in that.
one of those Borat thongs.
Yeah.
Remember what he
underneath of
wore
everything?
the day he died? Yeah, man, I'll never forget what he wore that day. I'd probably wear like some kind of velour sweatsuit.
Whoa.
I'm a big sweatsuit guy. I like sweatsuits.
Okay.
Whenever we're gearing up for a press tour or an event, I'll check in with them and be like, hey, like, is there anything, that's caught your eye that you really want to go for? A lot of it's just like, I would love like a cool matching set. I mean, it's all like matching sets.
And now when I show up, it's just
we have a lot
matching
of-
sets. I'm like, yeah, he gets me.
Yeah.
There's a newer brand that's making insane sweat sets. It's called Entire Studios. Shout out Entire Studios.
Entire Studios.
Really great fabrics, really great fits. It's like modern, sort of like baggy then tapered. Cool
Okay.
stuff.
Let's take a look at that.
I've been
Black-
liking the brain dead sweatsuits as well.
Yeah, dude.
They got good stuff. I actually think I overdid it a bit with the sweatsuits, and I need to like dial it back a little bit because I was looking at my closet. I was like, I have way too many matching
Yeah, but
sets.
you
Could you
can
break
mix
them
and
up?
match
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Red on the bottom, white on the top.
Whoa, man. Wow.
Is there a I personally I have like those pieces of clothing that you see on someone, you're like, God, I wish those would just go away forever.
Mhm.
Is there something that you see on guys that you're like, man, that like you want them gone forever?
You know what's funny is everyone like assumed, I made like a lot of videos in college where I like played a frat character,
Mhm.
and everyone assumed I wore boat shoes all the time.
But
And I was like, dude, I've actually never owned a pair of boat shoes. And I would tell like these frat guys that would come up to me and they'd be like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, no, I've never owned a pair. And they'd be like, you're fraud.
That naked foot has never stepped foot.
Yeah, I also don't like boat shoes. I wouldn't say I'm trying to think I mean like skinny jeans.
Mhm. Yeah, you were never really like a skinny, like,
It was a big epiphany when I realized I need baggy pants.
yeah.
It was all, that was like, wow, I was like, that just clicked.
Mhm.
Once I realized baggy pants, I think also I realized like I like to look a little sketchy. You know? I think
Little
when I'm
edge.
looking a little bit sketchy, that's when I feel the most comfortable.
I like it. That's why, like when we do fittings, like you will button stuff up all the way. Like, and I
Sometimes.
think that
Making
adds a
people
little
feel
bit of
really
yeah,
weird.
that's a little-
And just looking
you
at
know
me.
what's underneath that. Yeah, exactly.
And be like, all right, yeah, it's sketchy. And then button it back down. Be like, but it could go up.
Do you, when you're when you're on set or when you're getting fitted for costumes,
Mm-hmm.
do you do the same thing? And when you're doing that, is there anything that you're like dying to keep? Can you name one thing that you
Rare.
dying
It's
to
very rare it's pretty rare that I try something and I'm like, I need this. But when I usually take it.
Is it top or bottom?
Top. Like the only thing that comes to mind is I did a show called Home Economics and my character wears athleisure like the whole time. So it was awesome. You know, it's a show. We did 3 seasons. And like when you're hanging out on set and like the girls are like, you know, they're like they're like the wardrobe ladies coming in to bring their high heels and they're like, oh, and they're like, how you doing, Jimmy? I'm like, I'm wearing like all Lululemon and like some, you know, Hokas. I'm like, I'm chilling. I could not be more comfortable.
Okay.
But on that show, they gave me this like green button up rag and bone shirt. And I saw it on the rack and I was like, this is not usually what my character would wear. My character is usually more like finance guy vibes.
Yeah.
And I saw that shirt and I was like, I mean, if you're asking me, that's what we're going with. So then I saw it in the trailer. I was confused because it was kind of off brand for him. And I walked out of the trailer. PA goes, nice shirt. Thanks. Walk to the soundstage. Person that lets me in, love the shirt. Thank you.
Damn.
Get the set. And it was just everyone. Nice shirt, man. Nice shirt, man. Nice shirt. I'm like, I looked at the wardrobe lady. She's like, you're going to take it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. It's coming home with me tonight.
I like that.
And I have it and I wear it often.
Okay.
Not too often because it's somewhat loud. It's distinct.
Okay.
It's not something that you can wear. It can't be your daily shirt.
Right.
It'd be like, damn, you really wear that shirt a lot.
Do you push for your, going back to the word sketchy, do you push for your characters to dress a little sketchy?
No. I if it's, you know, on brand with the character, but
You leave yourself out of it.
yeah,
You leave yourself
yeah.
at the door just to impress for the character.
I wouldn't say I completely leave myself out of it.
Okay. Love the influence.
You got to be a little bit of
Gotta put your foot down a
myself.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think because it also plays into. I think I'm a good actor, not a great actor. And I think the difference is a good actor can say the lines of the character the way he or she would say the lines, and a great actor can say the lines the way the character would say the lines. Laugh the way the character would laugh. Sit the way the character would sit. I don't think I'm incapable of that, but I think right now I'm a good actor, and I'm happy with that.
Take notes,
Not a great
aspiring
actor.
actors.
That was
This
very-
guy knows what he's talking about.
that
Even
was
though he's
very-
not doing it, he knows what he's talking about.
No, it's very well said. I like that. Well, going back to like the whole baggy pant thing, because I think that you were one of the leaders of the clubhouse of like rocking the baggy pant.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a trend right now that you're seeing that you really like, that you kind of want to go, like you want to go down that path, or you know, a trend that you want to maybe stay away from? Because we always talk about like how much fashion is cyclical, and like we think right now is a funky time because the past couple of years like it's really gone baggy, or like the past year or so. So we think it's gonna kind of, I don't know, like straighten out a little bit and maybe go a little more like not necessarily skinny but straight, but I don't know, who knows.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think I'm the guy that's. I'm not here to push any. I'm not here to push any boundaries.
Okay, good.
You know, I'm fashion wise. I just want to do what makes me feel comfortable, which is baggy right now. I think there's a lot of things that I see that I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I'm like, I don't think that would work with me.
On your body,
Yeah, like, you know, you see some body types just work for different things. And like a lot of the like high fashion things, it's like, you know, these very skinny guys with like the high waisted vibe and like this whole thing. I'm like, that looks cool, but I can't pull that off. I got to stick in my sketchy lane.
You just got to spend like tens of thousands of dollars and get some custom Tom Ford looks for Chris Hemsworth.
It's true. Well, what I did, a big epiphany for me was when I realized I could get anything tailored, like even shirts, even shorts, everything. And that was like eye-opening for me, where I'd get some shorts that were like too long, and I'd be like, they're too long, but I can make them shorter.
Yep.
This
And
shirt's
listen.
great, but it's a little too long. Not a problem. I'll lift it up, hem the shirt. I hem shirts. It's great. Getting a shirt hemmed
Yeah, it's
to make it the perfect length.
because then it's almost a custom shirt.
Yeah.
You know.
So, because like I'd get a shirt that I was like, oh, this is a great shirt, and then it'd have this big like swoop thing on the bottom, and I'd be like, this is, and then I was like, yeah. I don't know why I never considered the fact that I could just go get it altered.
Well, I think like a lot of people don't realize that. Everyone thinks that like a tailor will only do like suiting or nicer things, like or like a pant hem or something. They forget that like tailors can essentially take apart any garment,
Yeah,
and then put it back together the way you want. So
it's definitely a lot more expensive. It definitely, if you get a shirt and it's a $40 shirt, and you want to get it altered, you might end up spending more for the alterations than you did on the shirt.
Yeah, it's like
Very
$140.
Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind.
yeah,
I think we've gotten pretty comfortable, speaking about dressing comfortably, being comfortable in this studio. I'm never comfortable, but I think I'm ready to introduce a little game segment that we've done before. Mr. Tony Ravioli was our first victim.
Jimmy knows Tony pretty well.
I do, yeah.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
Shout out Moonroom if you're in West Hollywood, go to the Moonroom.
I went there. I ran into him there. That was the last time I saw him.
That's his place.
That's
It's
his
a great
joint.
spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
There's a little stand-up situation upstairs.
Yes.
Oh yeah. There is.
The manager was like, "Hey, you guys want to check out the stand-up show upstairs?" And we're like, "What are you talking about? We're at a restaurant."
Yeah, the restaurant down there is cool.
He was like, "Come with me."
Yeah.
And he like let us up, and then there was like someone doing stand-up, and I was like, "What? This is cool." It's like a New York vibe up here.
Yeah, he set it up really well to be
Nice.
very like neighborhoody, even though it's in the center of town.
Well, that spot is like the best location.
Totally.
And everyone previously has just like, it used to be like a bar that had sand. The sand, what?
Gym bucket.
It was sand. Like it was like the best location, and I was like, why isn't this spot popping off? Oh, they've brought sand in. There's
the sand was
on,
leaking
on the
through
floor.
and contaminating the food downstairs.
Of course,
Yeah, I'm gonna walk into the restaurant and just,
yeah.
Tony,
Get him out of here.
residual sand, brother.
So what we did was everyone in the group here chose some pieces. We have some stuff in the back here. As the chair broke. Oh no, Sally's chair's broken.
That's why.
We can swap it out. Well, it's good that it lasted that long.
Yeah, that was sick.
For the time, okay, the chair's broken. We'll regroup here. Yeah.
It was when he was doing the fit check that definitely
hey.
threw it off.
So, joke's on you. We planned that the entire time,
you were
buddy.
supposed to sit there.
You guys,
you had your dinner on
pranked me
that.
so bad.
So yeah, we chose some pieces that are going to be on the back rack here. If you want to turn around. Sally, what were the one was like a night out, like a date night.
Boys' night or date?
Boys' night or date night. So we'll go through each piece and you let us know where are you going with it.
Okay. I
Yeah, you're just looking and then Sally will put it up for you.
That I'm going date night.
Okay.
I'm going date night. This is I'm gonna say boys' night. That's probably boys' night.
Yeah, that's buttoned up all the way too for sure.
Yeah. This can go either way. Let's call it date night.
Okay.
That, this depends. If it's just this one can go either way. I think, if you throw a jacket over it, it might be more of a boys' night vibe. If you're wearing it, boom, boys' night. And then you lose this, and it's date night.
Then it's date night.
I like remember that sweater I was telling you that I have? That's the outer known sweater.
Very similar to that one?
Very similar to this. Let's say date night. And this is oh man.
Matching set?
We're hitting the town. Well, here's the thing: is boys' night you know,
Depends on where you're going, right?
if you're going to like Vegas, depends on if you're single or not.
Yeah,
I think that's a
great way.
that's a big deciding factor in the boys' night, date night situation. Let's say boys' night for this.
I like it.
Dude, I think that's something that the girlfriend might veto.
Well, that's where you walk down the stairs and she's like, nope.
She's like, what do you think we're doing right now?
Okay, for now, I wanted to go through some images of you on the red carpet. So you're gonna look at images of yourself. This is in no way a roasting session. It is. We're just gonna discuss.
Depends on which photos we're pulling up right now.
Sorry for the blurriness, but. So this was not. I didn't. This was not me.
I need to interrupt you.
Yeah.
So Evan's been sending me images all day, and they have been the poorest quality images.
I gotta figure out my image quality for sending to people is just terrible.
I feel like I have a stigmatism looking at this.
As we can see, this I was so stressed trying to pick an outfit for this thing, and I ended up being so disappointed in what I chose.
I genuinely think when I saw this, I was like, okay, I have a fighting chance of being this dude's stylist. No offense to him, to his previous stylist.
I was just
before
like,
Evan.
Before Evan, yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is it's a premiere,
Yeah. And the idea, and it's in animation. It's during the day. So what he's in is he's in like a almost like a Hawaiian shirt, basically tucked into a pleated trouser, showing ankle with like a brown dress shoe and a brown belt.
Yeah.
So I think the idea is there, but you got two different situations going. You got a Hawaiian shirt, or like I don't even want to call it a Hawaiian shirt.
It was silky,
right? A silky button-up shirt that I think could go with a lot of stuff. Is the trouser the right one? Who knows? But
no. I hadn't figured out the baggy pant thing. I have a lot of notes. I have a lot of notes on this image. Smallfoot, good movie though.
Smallfoot, good movie. Okay, we'll move on.
Whoa. I didn't get to say anything.
I'm sorry about
All
that.
I want to say is the low image quality is not doing you any justice. It looked like you were wearing a mad chin strap. I know you weren't.
That wasn't a chin strap. That's just how it grows, brother.
It's big time under the neck.
That's just how it grows, man.
So this was the first time we worked together. Your Jimmy Kimmel appearance. This is you exiting Jimmy Kimmel, because I remember you weren't sure whether or not you wanted to wear Vans. You're like, man, Vans is more me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a nice blue suit with Vans, and then you ended up going with the dress shoe, obviously, but you still obviously wanted to keep the Vans. So
Yeah.
this is you exiting.
It's
Kimmel.
funny that I have them in my hand.
You look like you're doing it. You look like you're doing a tunnel walk for the Super Bowl.
It is. It looks like you're about to go play a game.
I'm like
100%.
a kid that can't decide, so he just brings the option and holds it.
Yeah.
It's like
in the locker.
like it's a fucking Pokemon card or something.
With the mustache. So the mustache, was that for anything you were shooting, or was that was the choice?
I was just riding it out, man.
I like it.
Just vibing out.
Is that family behind you?
That's my parents, and that is that's my old publicist who was.
Okay.
I loved her,
Oh, what happened to her?
and she decided she hated being a publicist, which is probably why she was such a great publicist.
Shout out you, old publicist.
Yeah. Shout out parents. Okay, we got this is Sundance.
Yeah.
This was this was like a bigger. The Kimmel was obviously a one-off. Sundance was one of the first times that we had we had to put together almost like a press tour situation, like looks together.
Sundance, that's my favorite kind of. It's cold. You can wear big stuff. You can look sketchy.
Right. So what you're in this was like an aloe. This was one of those pulls that I was like, fuck it, let's just grab it. It's like an aloe faux fur coat. Yeah. With like a black turtleneck, black trouser.
It was cozy.
And obviously black Chelsea boots that we finally we were able to pull out.
Oh yeah, there it is.
It does look like you're holding a drink. Do you remember what you were holding in this picture?
It's definitely a drink.
Okay.
It looks
For
like
the
that.
red carpet. That's a rare. You don't really ever
so
see
this was like the after party, and then
Okay.
they were like, "Hey, go swing by and take some photos in front of the Acura thing."
I actually, the word I was going to use was sketchy. This reminds me of.
I'd say that was the least sketchy look I had at Sundance.
Well, what it does is it has a really amount of sketchy, meaning you're emulating like 1960s mob boss New York City. Let's talk
That's a
Lower
good
East
spot.
Side.
Oh,
maybe.
I see.
Real. I mean, I'm Italian, so I'm
I'm also Italian.
A matching set look, which I thought one of my favorite ones. This was from Lee with Thursday boots that kind of look like Red Wing boots, white T-shirt, and obviously beanie. Classic, good Sundance look right here.
I was a big fan of that that fit.
Love it.
I still have it. I would wear it again I'll wait a couple years and then I'll start rocking it again.
Yeah, yeah. It is a loud enough piece. It's like it's almost like a tangerine color, maybe a little more muted, but like
It's creamsicle.
Exactly.
It's also my default photo on Instagram. I'm wearing that outfit.
Is it this photo shoot?
It's not that photo.
Okay.
It's not. I don't know if it's that photo shoot. It might have been that photo
They
shoot.
always choose weird backgrounds, like weird colors. It's
I was
so
gonna-
hard to like.
Is this a thing? Like, didn't
Yeah.
Justin Min have a?
Sundance they do it. Comic-Con they do it. All these film festivals they have these portrait studios
Yeah.
that People Magazine or Random Entertainment, like random magazines, will pick up the photos from these. So you do it like by yourself, and then you do it with the whole cast. It's a lot.
Are you with him?
No,
Wow.
I've never been to
so
Sundance.
you're
I've
on
always
your own
wanted to
for
go to
these
Sundance.
things.
I had been to Sundance so many times because my buddy had a place at like the foot of the mountain. So I used to go and snowboard and like go to the parties. And then like after a few years of working in the business, I started running into so many people that would be like, "Oh, do you have a movie here?" And I was like, it's kind of weird for me to be here now. I'm starting to feel weird, but it's like, it's the best time to snowboard because there's no one, everyone leaves and everyone,
So all the hills are
so
empty.
all the hills are just empty. So we would just go and rip all day and then just like go to the parties. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'm actually not going to come back until I have a movie here. And then this was the first time I had a movie, and I came with my same like squad that I always used to go with.
That's cool.
So it was a nice. It was a really cool. It was a really cool Sundance.
And just a casual press day look. I don't know if would you do this now? This was probably like 2 years ago, I think, for like a New York press for
It's a
theater
good
camp. But
question.
would you do
Then and
this
now.
look now?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I wore that exact outfit like a couple weeks ago.
Pretty timeless. You did good, Evan.
He's still, and honestly, grooming wise, and we'll get into your grooming regimen, but like you got the neck, the beard is
Yeah,
coming
so
in.
I'm looking at you now. It doesn't grow like that, dude. You got a sick connection right here.
It
reminds me of the
more
Panama
has happened.
Canal.
More has happened between this and then. Beards,
You're still growing
come and go.
hair on your
beards.
face?
Yeah.
You're lucky.
Yeah.
I wish I could take some.
I don't know
still
if
a
I'm
young man.
I don't know if I'm still growing, but definitely between like 25 and 30, more happens on the face.
You're right. It gets curly.
Yeah, you just gotta.
This was one of my favorite looks from your movie, The Machine. With
Yeah.
Burt Kreischer.
Yeah,
This was King and Tuckfield, which is a kind of a smaller brand, but another matching set. However, this was like a silky, like so comfy, like butter.
yeah, I loved that.
Yeah, this was a good
It
one.
was super baggy
The
and
colors are
super
great.
wild.
And you had just like shotgunned a beer on the carpet for this one, I think, with like busting with the boys, I think, right?
Yeah, definitely. Which I was very. So the Bustin' with the Boys, they also threw a beer Olympics
That's
that I competed
Right.
in.
I fit
Whoa.
you had
And-
just landed, and I fit you like that day you came back. after
Yeah,
that beer
yeah,
Olympics.
yeah.
I remember that.
But
What are beer Olympics?
so they held a beer Olympics, and I should have known. It was all like NFL linemen and like me and Christian, and I went straight from Japan. My brother was in the Deaf Olympics. He's the team captain of the USA Deaf volleyball team.
Whoa.
So they were in Okinawa, and I flew from Okinawa straight to Nashville and went straight to the beer Olympics. And you start off by drinking this like boot. And dude, it took me, I'm almost embarrassed to say, it was like 38 seconds. Cause I started drinking it and I was
Probably
like,
on an empty stomach.
oh my God, this is like, it's like 4 beers. And I was like, oh my God. Meanwhile, I watched Taylor from Bustin' with the Boys just
Oh,
boom,
Yeah.
tip. I think he downed it in like 4 seconds.
Damn.
So I went in like, 4 seconds. I could probably, maybe 15, And I didn't realize that he just, I think that's how long it takes to pour that out. Like just
There's
to
so much
empty
beer.
it takes 4 seconds.
Yeah. That's great. I love that. With you being on like the red carpet, we've never really practiced poses. I feel like during fittings with a lot of my guys, I do have to kind of teach them a little bit with poses. You've always done a good job with like the hands in the pocket. Are you self-conscious while you're on the carpet with all that stuff, or where are you at with that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing up there, dude. I'm just kind of.
Does he ever coach you like
Trying
prior
not
to
look
like?
weird.
Okay,
I don't
you
think
just
we
had a
ever
fitting
have.
before this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he standing in front of the mirror? I'm a dancer, and when you're in dance class, your teacher stands in front of you.
This
a
all
little bit.
makes sense. I was wondering when he showed
Yeah,
his boots
well,
off.
he'll go.
I should have known.
It's straight up.
I should have known.
Was he standing in front of you, like giving you poses, or do you just come up with that spot?
I mean, I wouldn't. If you see all my poses, you can tell there's no thought going into it.
But you do a good job. No, you do a good job. Like the one foot in front of the other. Like there's something, there's something there.
There was one red carpet where it was the Stu red carpet where I I was thinking I'm gonna go with the wide stance.
Oh.
And I went wide stance and I had my hands in my pockets and I saw the photos. I was like, dude, I look so stupid. I don't know why I look so dumb, but I looked and I was wearing this skin color shirt and I was kind of fat, I guess. And I had my shirt tucked in so I could my belly was coming off and I'm wide stance. It was brutal.
Well, I'm happy you brought that up. We have
great.
We have Sally's game that we're gonna play here, and I don't know, that could be there, but do you want to set it up real quick?
Thanks, Evan. Here we are. We're.
That's not bad. It would pick up really
Lucas,
weird.
keep it in. Okay. We are introducing a new game. Thank you, Jimmy, for being our first victim.
No problem. Just Venmo me.
Today, we are playing Who Is It? Jimmy, or Jim? 3 choices. You have Jimmy Tatro, the one and only. Then we have Jimmy Kimmel over here. I don't know what the fuck he does.
TV host.
And then this is just one of my homeboys from Philly. His name's Jim Hogan. First look is a gray suit first. And then there's remember that creamsicle color? There's a creamsicle t-shirt.
Yeah, almost like
brown
a skin color shirt.
So this seems
looks like whoever it was just did a wide stance.
This looks like there's no shirt underneath the.
Looks like the Stuber premiere.
And the ankle showing again.
Okay, so give a guess. Jimmy Tatro, Jimmy Kimmel, or my boy Jim Hogan?
Oh, this is a tough one, man. I'm gonna go with me.
Can we get a 3, 2,
1?
You got it, dude. It is Jimmy Tatro on the Stuber red carpet, dude.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. That's 1 for 1. All right. Number 2. This is a little tougher. I'm going to be honest with you. So this is a really cool look. Something that I would actually wear. We have a nice little wool. I think it's gray because it's gray scale.
Looks charcoal.
Okay. Suit with a white shirt. Cute little Danish boy shorts.
Yeah, they could be the shorts, almost like the cutoff shorts that he was talking about, like
the cutoff sweats.
Yeah,
I think. Oh, they may be
socks and dress shoes.
The shoes are sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real quick, those calves though.
It doesn't look like his
bike seats.
It doesn't look like his. My first thought when I looked at the Jimmy Kimmel dude. Oh. Okay, so take your time. Think about it. I know you've never seen this image before.
Yeah.
Talk us through it. What are your thoughts?
Look, the calves are unmistakably me.
You got it. It's Jimmy Tatro.
Wait, where is it? What's this from? What kind of editorial shoot is this?
I did I don't remember, maybe LA Confidential.
Okay. It's a fun look.
I just Googled hot pictures of Jimmy Tatro, and those were the first 2 that I found, and then the third. Yeah. This is I don't know who this one is. So
this one's a tough
what we're looking at right here is an image. It's kind of blurry. It looks like it's something, and then a dark thing in the center, and then a little bit of color at the bottom.
I feel like you're gonna open this up. It's gonna be like a dick pic.
I know. You kind of described an asshole for a second. This is not a pornographic situation.
It could be, man.
Speaking of hard R, this is the opposite. This is G-rated.
Okay.
Shall we? It's Jimmy Tatro and Real Bros of Simi Valley. It's that soul patch, baby.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna ask, the white glasses. You didn't take those home with you from this character?
Oh, I mean, I have a million. Because it was originally a YouTube series. So I was every time
bringing stuff.
Every time I went to a gas station, I would just every time I saw anything that looked similar to that, I would just buy a bunch. So I mean, I the amount of glasses I have like that, I have so many of those.
The soul patch, yours?
No, that
Okay.
was it was a
Oh,
glue on.
Really?
It was a glue on, yeah.
Dude, you
Oh,
were in
okay.
a show with Getter,
Yeah.
Cody Ko, who else?
Nick Coletti.
Nick Coletti. What the fuck is up, Kyle? One of my favorite vines ever.
It's a classic.
Dude.
I met Nick and Getter because I was doing a YouTube video. We did like a Bachelor parody where like we just did a video kind of like making fun of. It was as if you remember
Yeah,
this?
I totally fucking remember
It
that.
was like it was just like a bachelor that's just there to hook up with all the girls. And it gets down to like the final two and he can't decide and so he FaceTimes his boys to be like it's tough. And we just wanted him to like FaceTime like total bros. And the dude vines had just started popping off. And I was like, I'd love to just call the dude guys. And so they answer and they're like, dude. I'm like trying to decide who's the love of my life. And it's like, dude. And I'm like, yeah, which one? And that was how I met them. And then when we started casting the show, I was like, they're perfect.
I love
So
Getter.
good.
He was my idol when I was DJing
Oh, you were DJing?
in New York in like 2014.
I mean, he's a very talented,
Insanely
very talented producer.
and rapper.
Yeah, he's great. And his comedic timing, like the things that he just kind of like naturally does, you can't teach.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just has
His facial expressions,
his facial
tonality,
expressions.
everything.
Like
his
he
delivery.
does so many things that like with his face that like when you're editing, you're just like, damn, that was great.
Shout out Getter. We love you, dude.
Yeah.
Love it. Congratulations on the game. Well done. That was the first time we played
Thank
that
you.
game. That was
Wow,
really well executed.
You do not want to see my back. I'm sweating so much.
No, that was great. We're almost done here. We had a
Oh,
are you
it's
fascinated
a
with this?
mouse.
Yeah, it's a
It's
little pad. It's a
Wow.
track pad. Is that
It's
what
called
it's
a
called?
magic trackpad,
Magic
actually.
Wow.
It's really good for like editing, for music softwares, for photo softwares.
We've been kind of engaged. We're really engaging with our listeners and our viewers, and we got an email submission. A lot of guys asking for help. So we got this from Adam Phoenix. Great last name, if that's his actual last name.
Is that his actual last name,
I
or is
hope
he just
so.
from Phoenix?
Adam
Oh.
Phoenix.
Sounds like how you would save him in your phone.
Adam,
Yeah, Adam Phoenix.
Here's the email. It says, "Hey there, I have no clue where to even start with fashion. I've been listening to the podcast and realized that maybe it's time to retire the 2006 spray-on skinny black jeans, graphic tee, and flannel shirts. But I don't even know where to start or even figure out what to wear. So he's 5'11" and out of shape, which hopefully I'll fix if I keep up going to the gym and eating clean." Did you, when you were in high school in the 2000s, were you into like the Used, My Chemical Romance, Newfound Glory, it's black skinny jeans, Hot Topic?
No.
Okay.
I was. How do I say this? I played basketball.
I got you.
So my
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
in my like 50 Cent, Eminem,
Oh yeah.
like my ideal style was like baggy pants with like Jordans with a matching jersey and a matching hat that's the same team as the jersey. I thought that was like
Fitted, baby.
peak style.
Yeah, I like that.
Like the way they dressed in You Got Served. I was like, there's no topping this. That's the peak.
Another one, Channing Tatum, Step Up too.
Yeah.
Also
Crazy
cool.
fits.
Baggy pants with super tight tank tops. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the
And the back, of course. Yeah. Over the eyelid.
Oh,
100%.
dude, that's exactly how I wore my hat. Backwards and then tilted and like flat brim, the flattest brim with the sticker on it.
I always think of you when just bringing up this, the brand new hat, the Key and Peele sketch, where it's the
Oh,
new, it's the
yeah,
new
yeah.
hat, and then it's the newer hat. He's wearing the bag, and then he's
Comes in with the woman
Stitching
making the
the
hat
hat,
on top of his head.
so good.
all right, so he's wearing spray on skinny black jeans, graphic tees, and flannel shirts. Again, like I said, this is like that epitomizes Hot Topic. I'm going to give my opinion first because I'm not the professional. Loosen the pants a little bit. Maybe go for like a boot cut or a straight leg. It might feel really weird because there's a lot of room down here, but trust me, it might work. However, you might also want to look into like harem pants or other things that are tight down here and more room over here. They're also very interesting looking, like skinny pants, but there's, they're like more comfortable and more mature. Graphic tees, I honestly keep rocking the graphic tees
exactly.
because like they're timeless pretty much, no matter what the graphic. And then flannels, I think just play around with like coats and jackets and elevate it a little bit
Maybe
more.
dip into Dickies territory on the pants side.
Ooh, yes.
It could be a nice where it's not too far away from what you're doing, but it's baggier.
Mhm.
And also, I feel like Dickies I wear Dickies with everything.
Well,
Mhm.
you've done a cool thing with Dickies too. Like if they're too long, just cut them.
Yeah, just cut them.
Love a raw seam
takes those-
dickie.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
great.
But I think denim brands, there's so many different shapes to denim brands now. Like if you go super skinny, a denim brand will have like a slim skinny. Like there's a different variation. So you can slowly edge your way towards getting away from the skinny jean. You just got to do a little bit of research, and we've done the jean episode where you just got to go to a denim store or Levi's for sure. All those different 501, 511, whatever. Just try on all of them, and then you get to a comfort level. Especially the biggest thing is like wearing shoes that you sound like a guy who's like wearing the same shoe over and over again. Take those shoes with you, obviously, to the fitting, and then or to where the store and try on all those jeans.
Levi's, I think this guy would like Levi's.
100%.
Also, the graphic tees are great, but like depends on what the graphic tees are like.
Right.
Like what is it?
Are they like band tees or like old tour tees?
How
What would
how
you
nerdy
call-
are the graphic tees?
Well, what's off limits? What would you call off limits for graphic tees?
For me, I really wanted graphic tees, and then I would like be looking for graphic tees, and I was like, I can't claim I'm like a big Guns N' Roses fan or like the Strokes,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they seem to have all the fucking graphic tees. Every graphic tee is them. So I was like, I don't know what to do. But then I started looking at like vintage shirts, and I just started buying all those shirts of things I loved when I was a kid. So like I started wearing like I got like old World Industries shirts and like old
Oh, hell
Linkin
yeah.
Park and like
Lincoln.
Our boy-
Pokemon, like shit that I just like that like brings back positive memories.
Our boy Harrison was wearing a Never Soft shirt. I freaked
Wow.
the fuck out.
Yeah.
That was crazy looking.
Yeah.
I just saw a Neversoft like on video on Instagram yesterday that was like, how nostalgic is this? And it was like the eye hopping along and then getting pierced. But like just like I love graphic tees that just like take you back. You don't just buy them because they're cool, but they actually like take you back to a specific nostalgic place in your life.
Well, as long as like they're not like you know how they'll say like weird sentences or like dad jokes on them, like
Yeah.
weird things, or like these colors don't run, or like my pronouns are USA. As long as they don't say stuff like that, like
Yeah.
I think we're safe. But like old band tees, I like the whole like nostalgic
Like old cartoons, like a Rocket Power shirt.
rocket.
Oh,
God.
oh my God.
That was
Ah,
the
Real
whole-
Monsters, bro.
Cat dog.
Am I another one that you don't know?
What did you say?
I almost
Real
See,
monsters.
This
You
is what I said. I go
know.
home and I go, none of my fucking jokes.
Well, someone in their basement was like, God, yeah, I love that guy.
I almost wore a Magic School Bus shirt here. And then
Oh,
and
that
I
would've
switched
been
it up.
t-shirt.
I switched it up last
Um,
minute. Miss Frizzle and the whole gang.
Shout out, dude. Slamming Miss
Um,
Frizzle.
Okay, we're at the very end. Sally has very good rapid fire questions.
Ask me to rap.
This is quick. Like, if you can remember what you wore to these highlights of your life.
What were you wearing during your first kiss?
Probably my basketball uniform because I had it was at Penmar Park in Venice, and I had just played a game, and me and Alexis we kissed by the tennis courts, and I was still wearing my jersey.
I kissed a girl named Crystal who was sitting next to a girl named Alexis. Maybe we were in the same.
Weirdly, a girl named Crystal was there.
Whoa.
She pushed my friend Dakota pushed my head, and Crystal pushed Alexis's head. They were like, because we were just like being like little kids, like, oh, we don't want to do it, and they were just like, just kiss, and they made us kiss, and then we just kept making out. But it was Crystal.
Did we kiss?
Yeah, are you Dakota?
Okay. First school dance fit.
First one was probably very, very boring. But my junior prom, I wore a white suit with a purple tie. And then my senior prom, I wore a black suit or black suit with I really wanted a red velvet bow tie, and I couldn't find one. So I made one. I bought velvet, and I sewed it.
Whoa!
And everyone was like,
no?
"Where'd you get that?" And I was like, "I bought it. I mean,
you
got it somewhere, probably super expensive."
You weren't proud that you made it?
No, not at the time. I just like knew what I wanted, but there was nowhere in my price range that had it. So I was like, I'm just gonna make it. It sounds easier. But then when people asked, I was like, I just found one. Yeah.
All right, next one is your first concert, and what was it?
My first concert was I was wearing running clothes because it was a 10K race where you run to a Kanye West concert. And Kanye performed Graduation. It hadn't come out yet.
Oh my!
And he just performed all of Graduation, the whole album, and it was like you run there from the 10K.
They forced you to do that?
It was like, I in hindsight, it's an interesting. It was like a Nike thing. It was like a Nike event, like a Nike 10K, and you run to a Kanye concert.
He's
and
performing
then,
as all these people are running up.
Yeah, I was like young. I think I was like 13, 14.
If you didn't finish, did they just like? They're like, "Fuck you! You're not going to the concert."
Yeah, I don't know. I did. I wanted to get there, but yeah, interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, mine was Neil Diamond. Yours?
NSYNC.
Whoa!
Oh, I should have been in sync.
Yeah,
Wow.
What the fuck?
And Britney Spears opened for them. Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah.
What year was this?
For NSYNC. She opened for NSYNC.
Whoa.
And she was just hanging out in the backstage and no one knew who she was.
Were you
What
studying?
is this, like 99?
This had to have been, either like,
Was Bye
97.
Bye
97
out?
was a great year. It had to been like, no, it was before No Strings Attached. I think it was the album before.
Whoa!
It was probably their first album and then she was opening for them, yeah.
So if No Strings Attached wasn't out, what were you doing there?
I don't think was that their first album? No, they had one before that, right?
But no Bye Bye Bye.
Bye 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 was No Strings Attached.
How about your first date and where was it?
It was to the movies. It was to Mean Girls. My first date was to Mean Girls. And
Dude, insane pick.
and
A tier,
Yeah.
S tier pick.
yeah. I don't remember what I wore, but it might have been, that was like when the Billionaire Boys Club zip all the way up hoodies were cool.
Yes.
And like
Oh my God.
those
Yeah. Ice cream, I had, yep.
I didn't have a real one because they were so expensive. My mom was like, "I'm not buying you this fucking $300 hoodie." So I had like a knockoff one that
From
still
PacSun.
yeah, I think so. That zipped all the way up, and I thought that thing was so cool. I might have been wearing something like that.
Here, I think you're talking about the Mean Girls that came out like 2 years ago. You're wearing Billionaire Boys Club. Dude. And last one, first premiere.
It was bad. It was bad, man. I looked like I was going to like a fraternity formal or something. It was the Grown Ups 2 premiere, and I wore this like purple button up, and I was like so underprepared. Like I was like 19. I didn't understand the whole premiere vibe at all. And I was wearing this button up shirt where like I wore it open, but like the collar kept getting tucked in. So all the photos are just like, it goes up and it like goes away. And it was just, I had no idea what was going on and that these photos would be like taken.
Do you think we can find it if we?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll
Cute.
get it up.
I could find it in 5 seconds.
I'll dig the internet.
Yeah. Nicely done. That's it, man. You did it. What do you want to promote? Obviously the movie coming out.
Yeah, you're cordially invited. Comes out on Amazon January 30th. It's a good time for the whole fam. Maybe not the youngest ones in the fam, but most of the fam.
Follow us on Instagram at ManlyThingsPod. Also check out our website, www.manlythingspod.com. You can email us. We want you to email questions, comments, concerns, pictures of yourself. You better have clothes on or else.
This has been Manly Thing.
Sort of.